Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We're going to do an unboxing video today. This is La Patrie en Danger 1814 from the Operational Studies Group designer Kevin Zucker. This is the campaign in France, part 1. This is volume 4 in the Library of Napoleonic Battles. They are releasing this in sort of out of numerical order as far as I can tell, or out of chronological order, or in whatever order Kevin gets them done, I suspect is the real answer to that. This is one of the older ones. I think this was released in 2014, but it is still available. As far as I know, at least in the US, you can only get OSG games from OSG Direct. In the other side of the ocean, you may be able to get them from Second Chance Games. So the first thing we have is the cards. Now, I mentioned in the Napoleon's Wheel video that I think they are standardizing these cards between all the games. This would be before that, so this game would have some unique cards in it. Let's see what we get in this game. It looks like we get, and I think if you want to see what the maps look like, they're all in the same style. They're by Charlie Kibler. They're of different sizes. If you want to see what they look like, check out the Napoleon's Wheel video, which I will post first. These are, so we got one full-size, single-sided map. We got what looks like a half-size map here. And we got what looks like another full-size map here. This has 5 battles in it. Brienne, La Rothière, Champaubert, Montmirail, and Vauchamp, which I'm probably all mispronouncing, I would think, but you're getting what you're paying for, so sorry about that, French people. What else we get in the box? We get some counter sheets. Now, these games all seem to come with 2 counter sheets. This one is not an exception. We have 2 counter sheets on what feels like quite thick brown course stock. I'm assuming what we have here is French. And who are these guys? Russians? It's a color I would normally associate with Russians. And Barclay de Tolly right there. So yeah, that's the Russians. And then you get another sheet of markers and stuff. We have series rules. This is not probably the latest version of these rules, although, look at this. This was inspected by Comrade Neil. This does actually look like the current version of the rules, to be completely honest about it. I wonder if they're like assembling these things on demand. This is a 24-page book. It's full color, although I won't go so far as to say that it takes the greatest advantage of full color. It's pretty utilitarian, but I have no problem with this rule book's physical features. What do we have here? We have the study folder, aka playbook. Scenario information, historical notes, and design notes. And this is always something that's neat with the OSG titles. So where's the table of contents? So what it looks like is that we have something like 8 different scenarios in here. There's 5 battles. We have Brienne, La Rothière, Champaubert, Montmirail, Vauchamp, and a Brienne and Montmirail mini campaigns, plus a grand campaign game, which runs from 29 January, 14 February. Get out of here, cat. He is taking it upon himself to disturb as many videos as possible at this point. He is not used to Papa being around this long. So there's nobody can leave the house right now. So let's see. This is a black and white. Feels like 24 pages or so. Yeah, it's a 24-page book. Get some designer's notes in the back, bibliography, which is always nice to see. The historical notes in these always tend to be quite nice. They actually give you kind of a blow-by-blow of the whole campaign, which is always cool to see. Especially for somebody I'm not like Mr. Napoleonics here. So, I don't know much about this particular campaign. If we're talking about the Waterloo campaign or the Danube campaign, I could tell you something. This one, not so much. Napoleon's here, and it's 1814, and it's in France. That's pretty much the end of my knowledge of these particular engagements. So we have these turn record tracks for the various battles and or scenarios. These are all single-sided, and man, I'm pretty sure they're printing these in the house. to be honest. These feel like the kind of thing I could print on my printer. That's not a complaint, by the way. That's, I think, smart of them to try and cut costs by doing this stuff on demand where possible. Here's the setup cards, or setup card, I should say. I only see one at this time. Let's see if there's more. Here's the casualty record tracks. Now here's more. So here's the French, here's the Bohemians, here's the Silesians. Yeah, and it looks like we have for the different start dates. Here's the coalition casualty record. Here's the weather display and the holding boxes. These are pretty typical too. Here's a player aid card with the combat tables and the explanation of the combat tables. Here's another little folio, which is a 11 by 17 sheet, full color. Although again, I don't know that it takes full advantage of that. But you got the TEC notes, and the combat tables and the combat notes. Here is the little 4-page fold-out folio explaining how to add the cards. I mentioned this in the Napoleon's Wheel video that these are optional. You don't have to use them. My recommendation is to leave them out when you are learning the game, but I suspect that people who are into this series will want to play with them. Here's the other info sheet from the cards. This tells you which cards to put in or take out based on the scenario you're playing. Here is a abbreviated sequence of play, and here are orders slips. You're supposed to give objective hexes to units or formations in here. And I haven't really explored that too much. I've played like one scenario out of the whole series, and I've never actually played the classic Napoleon's last battles, which is what this series is based on. But it's definitely getting added to the rotation here locally in Columbus, Ohio, as soon as this quarantine thing is over with. Anyway. And we're going to try and get some of this stuff to the table. It looks pretty nice to me. There's a huge variety of Napoleonic battles, including most, if not all, of the major ones are available now. The one volume that's not available is The Coming Storm, which covers, I think, Friedland and Eylau and at least one other important battle, I believe. That's the key piece that's missing at the moment. Hopefully that'll get reprinted at some point. So that's La Patrie en Danger 1814 from the Operational Studies Group. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and check out the Patreon linked in the video description. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.